I was kind of doing my own thing. We were both hanging out with boys. I'm not saying a solo trip is gonna solve everything. Miami, 33 in Miami is 23, okay? And now you can think, what would Jennica do? It was good chat, as they say. You're gonna be lonely, and you may cry, and you may have had the best day of your life, but still, when you get back there, you didn't experience that with anybody else. I miss him. If I didn't have that clip, I would not believe that was me. Trying to act like we're interested in something other than each other. Skimpy bikinis. Converse with women in a more desirable way. I felt like I was a lot less self-conscious then, and I'm not a self-conscious person, and I'm a very confident person. If anything, YouTube's made me like less confident, because if you are watching this, everybody deserves a second chance. I did this, and I did it. I might have been scared, but I did it. I did it scared. I did it alone. I did it brave, and I didn't have to wait on anybody. Just like that, we're caught up. Boy, do we have some catching up to do. Boy, let me just go ahead and make myself comfortable. Grab some snacks, get cozy. Are y'all too far away? Do you want to get a little closer? I think we actually can move you just a teensy bit. We need to get in our spots. Actually, maybe me just moving up here is good. Hello. My name is Jennica, and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is unlike any other, okay? I think that we did really, like, I'm a vlogger at heart, but we really got our start here on YouTube, and people love, I do a good story time. I haven't had a story time worth an entire video in a minute until now. The person that I was 3 weeks ago when I got on a plane to come to Florida, she's not the same as the person that's sitting in front of you right now. I have just never in my life so viciously, so intensely felt the chapter change. Like I feel like I can just feel the page turning on this new chapter of life. And I will quickly give you a backstory on kind of how we got here. I stopped dating pretty much cold turkey when I was 18-ish. I dated here and there, went on dates, had fun in college, for sure, but I stopped actively dating after my senior year of high school, freshman year of college. I had a really bad breakup, kind of lost myself in that relationship. Also did already have a 5-year-old because I was a teen mom, so I just said, you know what, I have this awesome opportunity in college. I really have never had a really good girl group of friends. Like, I just want to take this time and focus on Annica, focus on school, and focus on finding my college group of friends, which is exactly what I did, and it was so rewarding and exactly what I needed. I gave myself a year. I wanted a full year of seasons of not even going on a date with a boy, just to really have a year to myself. And after that year wrapped up, I was like, that was too fun. My friends made me go on dates here and there. Not made me, you know, they encouraged me to go on dates here and there. Probably in 2017. I genuinely think that was my last date. It might be early 2018, but like 27. I don't think it was 2018. I think it was 2017. Was officially my last date. The last time I had any sort of minimal interest in a guy. I just feel like at that point I did realize, like, maybe guys my age need to mature a little bit. They have to have some sort of substance happening in their 20s, because I've had a lot going on in my 20s, and I always knew that with Annica, I was going to be raising her, and I never expected a partner to be. So I think that I just was never interested in dating. I never saw any interesting prospects. Nobody ever excited me. I never, ever, ever was closed off. Every time I went on bachelorette parties, fun things, went out in Nashville, I wasn't closed off, but I just was never actively dating. Was truly just in a whatever happens, happens situation. I do feel like there is a lot of substance to me, and so I felt like it would be like not just an app where you see a picture and then see all these things and you're like, oh, she's got a lot. Like, it would be more of a friends introducing us, or us running into each other in person, or you know, something. But again, I'd really just, because not even that my standards were so high, it was just I had set expectations for, like, an unrealistic expectation for a man, and that's the man I wanted. I do also just have really big emotions and really a big personality, and I truly do just feel things so deeply that alone scares like 75-80% of men away immediately. But in this unrealistic partner that I've created in my head, I did have a tentative checklist, okay? But the checklist was just like not even in my notes app. It was not a serious thing I was thinking of, because I was like, this man does not exist. Fast forward, we're in Miami. You know my bestie side quest, Sarah. She has always got something fun to do for us, and when I was on my way to Miami, I was like, what are we doing this weekend? She had tickets to a Miami Marlins game, and I was like, Sarah, I don't think you understand. I packed for every situation except for a baseball game. Like, I do not have any cute outfit. What am I supposed to wear at a baseball game? But regardless, was so excited, truly just so excited to spend time with Sarah and also meet her close friends that she's met in Miami, because it's fun meeting your close friends. So I was really just so excited to have a girls' night. Got ready, made my outfit work, as you can see, but overall just ready to have a good night. We go to this game, we have the best time because Sarah's a sports reporter in Miami. Her two other friends are also sports reporters, so like they knew so many people at the game. We kept getting put on the jumbotron. We kept like, it was truly such a good night. And afterwards, when we were leaving, they were like, we should go out. And I was like, keep in mind, I think I got into Miami on like maybe Wednesday. I had 2 solo days, perfect, in our pink hotel. Like, I had those 2 perfect little solo days. And then Friday came and I was like, okay, I'll probably go out Friday. We'll go out Saturday. Like, that'll be my like Miami time. Like, let's have our weekdays be our solo Miami time. So when going out is mentioned and everybody in unison says yes, I'm thinking, please let it be some sports bra, because these girls have got on heels and I literally have on pink Reebok tennis shoes. Please, Brickle. We go out and I take this final clip and I'm like, if it works out where I vlog, I'll vlog. If it's just, you can tell when you're out and vlog if vlogging is the vibe or not. And I just really don't go out that much. So I was so excited to be in an area with people my age, with people I didn't know, with a good group of girls, and just have a good night. So we'd been there for about an hour, and Sarah has been one of truly my best friends for almost 15 years at this point, like 10 to 15 years. We have been through so many phases of life together, okay? And we know how each other goes out. She's one of those girls when I go out, like, I'm not having to, we truly are a team when we go out. We're having a blast. I do see a cute guy over there. I see a couple cute guys sitting at the bar over here. I keep kind of looking over at them. But again, like, I'm having fun with my girlfriend, so I'm not like not close off, but not making the effort. I'm standing at the bar, probably just smiling, looking around, taking it all in. And I hear Sarah go, Jennica, look at his eyes. And I make eye contact with a beautiful, beautiful man. And I'm like, finally, some conversation. We get to talking. Now, with this said, I know I look good. I know I'm fun. I know that I'm a package for someone. I do also realize that I am best friends with someone who looks like Sarah and is Colombian and is success. Like, she's dream girl, obviously. So I don't get offended. I've been doing this for a decade. Like, but she's the type of friend that, like, when a guy is like, can I get you a drink? She's like, I'll have 2 vodka soda. So I'm used to us being approached, but like Sarah obviously being the one that the guys want to talk to. I'm a perfect wing woman though. I'll enhance the conversation to make sure that everybody knows she has great friends, but like I'm cool. So I kind of assume that's what's happening here. And now that I have dissected the conversation a few times, I do think now that the guy that we were talking to with the gorgeous eyes kind of was redirecting questions towards me, but that's neither here. I did not pick up on that in person. So we're talking, conversation's going great. Conversation is flowing, and I will just say, at this point in my life, of my 33 years on this planet, I have realized that other cultures just, how do I say that, converse with women in a more desirable way. Just the appreciation is there. Like, you can just feel the communication style of different cultures than what I'm used to. Southern American is very, 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 and even just American, honestly, is different. I'm still the conversation is going great because truly because I wasn't thinking anything about my responses or my replies. Like, it was good chat, as they say. So we keep chatting, and I do realize that he has some sort of an accent, and that just is a kryptonite. He's from London, and I'm not kidding you guys. There was one point in the conversation where I had my phone in my hand. I think I had taken like 1 or 2 clips of the bar, not really many. I had my phone in my hand because I can just push the side button and immediately it goes to camera. I pushed the side button, it went to camera, I toggled it to the 0.5, and I was sitting my phone up on the napkin stand to like just take a little vlog clip because I was like, this is cute. Like, the girls are in a circle, the guys are talking to it, like it looks like just a fun little clip I can get to say, hey, we went out last night and show this. And on my way to sit it down, I thought, no, I'm having fun, it's fine. And I just sat it down, and I just sat it down. Like, I could have had a clip of this to be telling y'all. Anyway, as we're talking, he's like, what do you do? I say, I'm in YouTube. And truly with this, like, because I feel like when you tell somebody that you're online, then they have access to all of you. Like, they have access to stories that maybe I would like to tell instead to somebody that I'm getting to know. So sometimes I will say I'm in marketing, which is not a lie. Sometimes a part of this job is marketing, okay? But again, because it was just this English boy on vacation, I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. He immediately whips out his phone and subscribes. I'm like, okay, that's very sweet. okay. And then within the next 5 minutes, I mean, truly, we had probably conversation for like 45 minutes, like a good long conversation. And I look over at Sarah and she's not feeling good. And it wasn't like a too much drinking or anything. Like, she was just nauseous. And so she looked at me and she was like, I think we need to go to the bathroom. We go to the bathroom. She was feeling nauseous. I called the lift from the bathroom. Like, I just immediately was like, let's get out of here. Not even realizing how good the conversation was going until I was away from it and in the bathroom, standing there sober, being like, wait a minute, was that the cutest guy I've ever seen? But still, like, I'm there with Sarah. Like, I'm a girl. Y'all know I'm a girl's girl. I'm there excited to be with my friend. Like, let's go home and let's eat pizza and let's whatever. So we call the lift. I do kind of like look over to see if I can see him on my way out, but it was just getting so crowded at that point that we left, and I really like turned, like, I put the period at the end of that sentence and moved on. And then the next morning we woke up with an Instagram DM, and of course, me having no chill, like I immediately reply, we're DMing, we're kind of catching up from last night, you know, seeing how long each other's going to be in town, whatever, guess how long he's going to be in town. Keep in mind, we met on Friday night. When does he leave? Saturday night. Yes, at 1 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning. So again, we still, like, I haven't been chatting with this guy enough to realize that, like, yeah, it is somebody that I'd look at Sarah and be like, we're going to see each other the rest of our lives. Like, I gotta go. So I just, like, wasn't even... He kind of asked us what we were doing today and things, and Sarah and I just ended up having a full, like, couch day. I think I posted a video that day. Like, it was just a chill day. We are still talking back and forth the whole day because I wasn't, like, I was at a point where maybe I would have gone out, but I guess we'll never know. Anyway, so he goes to get on the plane. I'm telling him, please don't get on this plane. Please don't get on this plane. I still have a week here. Like, oh, it gets better. Guess how long he's been in Miami? 8 days. Oh, guess where he was staying? The 2 days, remember the 2 solo days that I had when I first got there? In that pink hotel? The pink hotel I was staying in, 1 block over was where he was staying. The Pure Vita we kept going to, he was staying right there. Okay, so he gets on the plane and he takes off back to freaking Heathrow. And at this point, like, truly, I just can't explain how good the conversation was. Like, it just was texting, bubbles texting, but, like, there was just no like, you could tell that we were just both saying what we wanted to be saying, okay? We did end up taking the text from Instagram to WhatsApp, and as soon as we took the conversation to WhatsApp, listen, I may have not dated in a while, but when I was dating, I was seasoned enough to know that guys will find a workaround about whatever they want to find a workaround about. And in that, you can't just ask somebody if they've got a girlfriend, because they'll find out, no, it's my fiance, it's not my girlfriend. Like, they'll find a workaround the way that I ask. If someone's seeing somebody, if there's somebody else, what the fuck is your deal? Is, and I quote, does anybody currently think that they are dating you? He says, haha. No, great way to put it. I know. Even said, had to get creative with how I've asked this to get this out of the way. Conversation keeps flowing, and again, I just have created such an unrealistic man that all of a sudden, this guy's checking boxes that I didn't even know I had. Okay, perfect body, athletic in a exact way that I like, does all the, like, English football training stuff, like, has that type of physique. Let me just stop and think about him for a second. One second. I'll be right back. His hairline was perfect. His age was perfect. I'd always have dated older, and I don't want to give any morsel of information about this man out because I need to keep him to myself, okay? But with that said, his job was perfect. His name was perfect. The family dynamic, it was just... I miss him. So I am just feeling excited about life all of a sudden in a way that I've not been excited about life in a minute. I'm like, how can I make his life better? I mean, I'm just, again, and I know before I start just truly spilling my feelings, like, we are on, I want this to be exactly how I'm telling the story to Madison, Shannon, Samantha. Like, this is how I've told the story to them, minus a couple personal details, but everything else I wanted to be out of my brain and captured. So I was just really excited to get to know him. I wanted to know everything, and I was excited for him to get to know me. And that's about where the story ends. I did just start getting, because we were talking, there's a little bit of a time difference, but, like, the times that we're awake, it's back and forth. We're talking politics, we're talking, like, it was just good, deep conversation, and he kept coming back to, like, how many guys are you talking to? Still a lot of guys DM you, and I kept giving him the same answer over and over. I'm like, my guy, I don't know how to explain to you. It's you. At one point, I literally told him, like, I'm not gonna sit here and explain my dream guy to you because it would just be describing you and it would get weird to a point. Like, so I felt like he kept bringing it up in conversation, and finally I was just like, what's going on? What's where am I at on your roster? Like, I thought we had gotten this out of the way, but like clearly I just got the vibe that he was wanting me to ask a little bit more, you know what I mean? So I was like, well, what's your situation there? And he said, not gonna lie, I do have interest here. Okay. So with me clarifying what the heck that meant, it did indeed turn out that he is not officially dating someone, but they are on the way to officially dating. And again, once I clarified, I said, okay, so it's my understanding that you are not with somebody, but it's headed that way. And he said, yeah, I can't say that it's not. And I said, appreciate your honesty. Would have appreciated it 5 days ago too, before I was like levitating off the ground for 4 days. And I did just say, like, we gotta cool the chats then. We gotta stop talking, and text me if your situation changes, please. Please call me. No, but for real, okay. At this point now, I mean, I get that text, like we have that conversation, and then I get on the train and I'm on a 3-hour train ride and I had those days in Miami. Needless to say, I sobbed the train ride, and I really was just like, why did this happen to me for a reason? Like, I am in such a chapter change part of, you guys have known, I've always talked about when Annica gets 18, like that's when I will take time for me. And Annica turned 18, and I didn't realize it was going to be such a year of like deep emotional like healing, and really just felt like the rug was ripped out from under me. But in that, then this Florida opportunity come in last minute. I mean, I got texted days before I left for Florida to come down and help Drake and Olivia move. And then it just, once I got here, I texted her, and it just kept, like, nothing about this trip was supposed to happen. And I just, oh my gosh. And it just really was such a wake-up call that I do have so much love that I deserve to give to somebody. I know I could make someone's life so much better. Not that I know that the partnership, that I just know that I could. At the end of the day, if he's got a girl that they're about to be official, then you're dating. Maybe there's a language barrier, but you're dating. You are dating. And I just don't think that story would have happened the way it did, and as dramatic as it felt, if it wouldn't have been such a, like, the universe telling me to maybe get back out there. So even though I did leave Miami heartbroken, a little embarrassed, whirlwind, confused, but overall just so thankful for the experience, truly. I needed it. Shocker, very avoidant attachment, emotionally distant. I'm reserved with my emotions. I'm very closed off from guys, and I truly just didn't know that I ever even wanted to feel that way again. So instead of having just no interest or being scared, I do think that I've reframed it to be fun. You often don't really just get to choose the direction that you're pulled in, and I just felt so like pulled to him. And now I know it's not him that I was pulled to. Like, maybe I just needed to see that there was somebody out there like that, because that doesn't exist when in Nashville. And I say all the time, the past few trips we've gone on to New York, to play, I say, like, I get there and I want to download a dating app, or I want to do this, and then I get back to Tennessee and the thought of dating makes me go, please no. So I thought my guy just wasn't in Nashville, but maybe he's not in America. Because let me tell you, I was ready to book a flight to London. I was things to do in London. And of course, I had immediately texted Shannon, and she just, like, she knew exactly what I was going through. And it was a whirlwind. And I think that truly I've created such a really beautiful, peaceful, wonderful life. And I've not talked about the negative things that I've gone through, that it's hard to imagine that I did go through such hell. But imagine the hell that I went through to be able to not date for over a decade, to not want to experience. I don't have another heartbreak in me. Actually, speaking of, I was feeling like I just couldn't complete thought. One night when it was like I was starting to see kind of things weren't maybe as perfect as I think they were going, and I was just feeling like maybe I need to, like, journal. I wasn't completing a thought. I needed to get them out, but sometimes pen to paper, like, this is where I feel the most natural. It helps me get my thoughts out. And so I picked up my camera with no intention to vlog. I didn't know what I was going to be sharing about this. And so I just picked up the camera and started talking. Let me see what we can include. There's been so many factors for why I've not dated, but that is definitely one of them. I'm just scared that no one that I love will love me as much back. And I've always been okay with that, but I think that I should just at least try. I do feel like I need to get at a little bit of a better place. But some things did happen this trip that made me... You're forced to think thoughts that you've, like, not encountered in decades. Look at this tear. Nice and salty. Honestly. So that's how I was feeling. I don't even remember honestly what I said, but those were very just like raw emotions, and now we're here. I do feel like when people talk about these like chapter changes of life, and a lot of people, I do feel frustration with us that I'm not moving and doing stuff faster, but like these are maybe the last few years of my entire existence that my child is under the same roof as me, and I'm just not in a hurry to leave that. Whether my move happens within the next year or within the next 2 years, like I just don't think Annica and I are going to live together much longer than that, and I'm not in a rush. So it's not like in the books and the movies where you see like a 6 months from now. Like you guys do have to see and live the mundane with me and the chapters changes in, but I feel like I had gotten so comfortable in that life was changing, but I didn't need to change it any faster, that this kind of did make me want to start taking action. I did, however, get here and I had a whole new outlook. I downloaded Hinge. I made a profile. We were swiping. I was like, this is fun and this is going to be fun. The night that we had our solo date in Tampa, I had walked out and the valet was very cute and asked me if I was going on a date. And he said, it must be date night. And I said, no. Had on my blue dress looking cute. I said, no. And as we were about to start talking, somebody came out for a car. So I left. When I came back, there was kind of like a altercation at the front that he was keeping in charge of. And I was kind of hoping that I'd see him on the way back. But because that altercation was happening, like we made eye contact and there was a little something there, but I stayed off to the side until that was taken care of and then went inside. Then I ordered Uber Eats cookies, and when I went back down to get the cookies, I saw him like, I guess, leaving, and I was like, well, that's a sign that we just weren't supposed to cross paths. So I go outside and I'm waiting for the Uber. It was about to pull up and it got marked as delivered while I'm standing there, and I'm like, so the other valet guy that was out there, I'm like, did anybody drop off cookies? Did an Uber go inside? Like, is it at the lobby? And he's like, no. So I go to a loop around where the valet can like pull up in hotels, and I make the loop, and as I'm coming back up, he's coming out of the hotel and we pass, and he's like, how was your date? I said, I told you I wasn't going on a date. We flirted a little bit, and I told him about my cookie situation. He like got my phone to see if there was anything, we're trying to act like we're interested in something other than each other. And I go, well, I guess I'm gonna go order my cookies, and start taking off back upstairs. And he was like, oh, wait, can I have your number? Yes, please, God, I thought you never asked. Here, I'm giving this thing out like candy now. Get his number, immediately talking. He's FaceTiming me all day yesterday. We were like gonna hang out last night. I get home for dinner. I don't know if there was a miscommunication or what, but I was out, like we were gonna meet on the river walking, and I was out there, and he like made me wait longer than I wanted to, and he called me on the way, and I said no. So I won't say that it was a little bit of like, did I get, but also now that I have this double-edged sword of this dream man that's totally unachievable and gone, and everything's gonna be compared to him for the rest of my life. Like I'm already like, not as good as him, just like that. We're caught up. I hope it really did come across because I was really trying to be detail oriented with this story, and we'll talk about it more, and I hope that what I said in my little emotional clips where it made sense, because I really had that was journaling. That was a part of my video journal, and I'm leaving this so thankful, so grateful, and really truly with another appreciation for not only appreciation for myself, but an appreciation for the excitement of life again. And I know that even though I do have these big emotions, and I know instantly, and I'm going to be such an enhancement to somebody's life one day if that gets to happen, and if not, I'm an enhancement to my life and everybody around. Like, I've not been looking for love, but I am the love. Like, I smile at babies, I help people with their groceries, I want good for everybody. As long as I keep putting that out, that's what I'll get back in return. I do think that I'll always be private but not secret with relationships, and like as I start dating, as I said, I downloaded Hinge, so I'm going to keep you guys updated. Now, don't be shocked if a couple months from now I am on a flight to London, because if you are watching this, everybody deserves a second chance. But please, God, please don't be watching this. I guess it would be an interesting experience though, knowing that, like, because you often don't get the other person's true perspective on what you guys went through, and here's my perspective. If you've seen a new little glow in me, it is because I just do feel like a brand new bitch, and life is about to change, and I am switching gears. We're hitting the ground in Franklin, Tennessee, and we are a different person than I've ever been, in truly the best way. So I'm not saying a solo trip is going to solve everything, because I still got a list of problems, but I am a different person. Okay, I'm going to wrap this portion of the video up, but I did put a question box and did have some questions. So maybe we will find a little area at the airport and finish those questions and make it more of a story time and solo travel experience video in one. But so I'm not going to say goodbye to you just yet. We'll see you soon. It'll be a few seconds for you, a little bit for me. Boom. Told you it wouldn't be too long for you. Okay. I got lots of questions. We're just gonna go through. A lot of them are you know, repeats, but we'll try to. There's not as too many that I can't cover them all, I don't think. First one, when are we moving to Florida? It's happening. As you know, I am doing my 3-month stint this year, within the next year. I keep saying this year, but like this year's kind of almost over and I'm not going in 2025, I'm going in 2026. So within the next year, but I just like, will I come back? You know what I mean? We gotta put pen to paper, but it's gonna be Florida. I'm going to Miami for the first time in October. Perfect months to go. October and like February, March is a great month to go. I would love a big like must-do summary. Definitely South Beach. We went to Nikki Beach for Reagan's bachelorette party, and if you're going with a group, like it's not too much. It's just very, very Miami if you're wanting that like go and have fun at a beach club vibe. Very fun. And then you're on South Beach. I love the bikes. You know, I like to go and I like to do, but I really think you definitely need to do some sort of like Mila, like dinner, get the Miami vibe that way. But then during the day, like you have so much, you can have any type of trip you want in Miami, truly. And I really have loved Vizcaya. I love Vizcaya. If you're like a museum group that really does like to just have like 2 hours to go walk around, take gorgeous pictures, Vizcaya is a great place to go to. Okay, how many miles did you walk a day? I biked and walked all the time. I actually am keeping up with my Strava a lot better now, so I will link my Strava below, and I record all my walks, so I'm uploading pictures, all my bike rides, so I have my Strava account linked. But I think that I probably at least 4. One day I biked 12, so I was on the move. Biggest lesson you learned about yourself that surprised you this trip? I think we all know. Now at the end of this video, I think that we are just shocked that maybe y'all aren't. Maybe y'all knew this was coming. I certainly did not. I was so content. I've said all I need to say in regards to that, but I just having a crush. How to enjoy traveling, doing things alone. When I talked to my friend Marissa about this, because truly she solo travels all the time, and I really, every time I was kind of like, didn't know what to do next, or in the room and knew I needed to do something, but I just thought like, what would Marissa do? What would Marissa do? And now you can think, what would Jennica do? It's just, not every day of the solo travel is going to be perfect, and there are some days that you're going to get back to your hotel, you're going to be in your bed, you're going to be lonely, and you may cry, and you may have had the best day of your life, but still when you get back there, you didn't experience that with anybody else. So they're as empowering as it is simultaneously lonely, but that's what it's supposed to be, and you're just forced to be with yourself. Like I wouldn't be having the thoughts. I'm with myself all the time, but I don't think like I did in Franklin, because I'm home, and if I'm having I'll go do something, or I'll go do, like, I didn't have any other option but to be with myself this trip. A trip reading wrap up. I did finish The Surrogate Mother, and which is a Frida book, and I also did finish, I'm sorry, I'm like kicking y'all. And I also did finish The Right Move. I bought so many books, and I did plan on starting another one, but I did not end up. I finished 2 books though on this trip. Tips on traveling solo as a young woman for the first time. Love you and AJ so much. This actually was my first trip that I went completely solo the whole time. Like left solo, came back solo. The only other 2 solo trips I've done, I've started out with Annica, and then I like kind of just did 1 or 2 days by myself. It really did I wasn't expecting it to feel different, because I figured, oh, I got the hang of it. And you really do just look cool. I felt cool the whole time I was traveling solo, and getting to tell people that I'm just on a solo trip, like it was so fun, and people are so excited for you and so impressed. Like that never was a thing. But being safe, you just do have to be extra vigilant. You do have to, like, when I'm searching for Airbnbs or searching for hotels, I'm going on Yelp, and I'm looking for the keyword safe, solo, female, and I'm looking and making sure at least one other person has said, I felt safe here as a girl. And I'm looking in neighborhoods, and there is a lot to it, but I also just go to TikTok, and a lot of times if you can find other solo female travelers that have stayed in hotels, and as long as you are staying vigilant, you are just prepared, you're being nice and kind, but you're not, getting taken advantage of. It's just like being anywhere else. How are we doing being so far away from Annica? Honestly, it was a lot better than I thought. Like we both had a really good time apart. I was kind of doing my own thing. We were both hanging out with boys, which is genuinely like that's a first. So like and then that's just not something we update each other on. Like I don't want to hear about her. She don't want to hear about me. Like we want to hear enough to know what's going on, but I don't need to know details. And so we would just kind of like talk and be like, what have you been doing today? Okay, well, we both know what each other's been doing today. We've both been talking, but like we can't update. So it was fun, but she And she's just more independent every single time. Samantha asked me, like, are you, now that you do feel confident about this chapter change, like, that this is, are we feeling any different? And I started sobbing. Like, I just started sobbing because I think this is the first time in my life that I have felt like we were, oh my God, please don't start crying at this airport. I do feel like both Annica and I are just not only so ready for this next chapter, but we're so prepared. Like, Annica just is, obviously I worry about my child, but she's just a good kid, and she always has been, but she is 19 at the end of the day, and I want her to have life experiences and heartbreak and jobs and moving and life and friends and breakups. I think y'all all know that I'm devastated, but I think that we are just like the most ready we have ever been, and that's scary. That is scary in itself. Okay. Do you ever have down moments on solo trips, and how do you handle them? I think you just have to like know that they are coming. And when I talk to Marissa, because she goes to like Italy and Barcelona, she goes around the world, and she's like, it is still like I will have the best days, and I'll get back and I'll be like, damn. But then you wake up and it's like, this is the best. It's a roller coaster of emotions, but when you're experiencing them that they're good. Even the sad ones are good. That's the way to be experiencing those emotions. I'm 36, about to be 37. Do you ever feel too old to be here? Not at all. I did say that the only time I have felt like that was one time in Miami, specifically at 11, but I have met Miami. 33 in Miami is 23, okay? I felt great, and I know that definitely I can see my post with my little mini skirts and my little skimpy bikinis. I can see my hometown enemies not loving those. I can see that being shared in group messages, being like, can you see what Jennica thinks she is wearing? She is too old to be wearing this. Maybe I'd be too old to be wearing it in small town USA, but like, it's just, there are other parts of the world are not. Your 30s are so young everywhere else. I mean, I never felt, if anything, like I am excited to be 43 and still doing this. So I think also because I've always kind of said, because I was so young when I had Annica, I really have tried to pay attention to every single age that I am and be that age. So like, I feel 33 and not in like I'm old way. Like, I feel I've not even lived a third of my life kind of way. Top 3 moments from the trip. Getting Drake and Olivia moved. That was so fun and cozy and family. Obviously my crush, I miss him. And just seeing all my friends, and I got to spend time with them, not just see them in passing, or like, I truly like to spend time with friends this time. And there were still friends that I didn't get to see. Is solo tripping good for your soul? Like, you're becoming stronger from your past? Yes. And also there's a sense of like, I did this and I did it. I might have been scared, but I did it scared. I did it alone. I did it brave, and I didn't have to wait on anybody. Will you be moving to Miami full time? I do love like Tampa and Miami, and I have a lot more friends in Tampa. I haven't looked at any logistical stuff. Obviously my heart is in Miami, but I am just going to measle my way down to Florida. How not to feel awkward. Don't go into any, like, there was a lot of people, when you are meeting people, like, I also felt like when I'm with people, I don't feel the need to talk to somebody in the coffee shop because my friend's about to be down, or I don't feel the need to strike up these conversations like I did. I really was just talking to everybody, and I feel like I used to be like that, and I really like lost a part of myself in that after just COVID and not being around people as much. But I feel like I talked to so many people, and in such a good way, and truly, because there's no strings attached, like, you're never going to see this person again. It's easy conversation. You're not thinking about what you're saying and like, I felt like I was a lot less self-conscious then, and I'm not a self-conscious person, and I'm a very confident person. If anything, YouTube's made me like less confident, but I just really felt like me on this trip. When traveling, what kind of thoughts do you have as a woman in her 30s or 20s? Every single thought you've ever thought. You think of every single thing you've ever done. Even with this like crush situation, was thinking of every single word I said. Like, you have time to the mundane things that you have time for at home, where you're, I'll go unload the dishwasher, or I'll go do this, or I'll just sit down and scroll on my phone. I wasn't even the sit down scroll time was like catching up on what's going on because I was doing other stuff. It just wasn't. I did also at one point, like, I was on TikTok and looked up just solo female travel, because I'm like, I need to work these thoughts out with myself. And it really was so many girls like being so happy leaving. I mean, I made this TikTok. I wish I could talk back to you guys, because as I've told this story to just a couple friends that I have, it's been so nice to be like, yes, that's exactly it. Because sometimes I feel like I say things and people take it even like misinterpret it a different way, and it's nice to just be able to banter back and forth. And that was a trip. I think that rounds up kind of the majority of them. If you have any other ones, please leave them below. To be totally honest, I did have a last little like notes section. Actually, let me go through these notes and make sure that because as I was thinking about things, once I realized I was going to sit down and tell a story time about this, we took notes, and I really just, the consensus is it's time to start the next chapter. Like, there are so many paths I can take. I do first and foremost want to keep you guys on the forefront because this is one of my favorite things of life. Like, I cherish and value, obviously there's good and bad people on the internet, but we have found a great community, and I know that so many of us are going through similar things, but also so differently. Just when we started YouTube, I did always make it clear that I wanted us to be our own separate people and Jennica and Annica, but still, you know, not just be the mom and daughter. And I know that we've done a good job at still being us as individuals, but I also know that you guys love the me and Annica content together the best. But with this turn of life, things will look a little bit differently for me. Annica's found her passion. She's moving forward. Things are going to be looking different for me, but I also know that this is where my heart is. This is where my passion is, and I want to do this as long as possible, but do it in a way. I know that I'm not just going to be like a teen mom that's vlogging for forever. Like, now, how fun would it be if I was a solo female traveler? I took off on like one trip every couple months. We went somewhere, I did some things, and we came back. Like, that would be perfect. Or I have a business idea brewing that's one of their really like passion. I would love. So I've got two things. We'll sit down once we're home and I've dissected and I've had it a couple days to reel in what just happened. But we're getting back to work. Full eyes. What is it? Full heart. Can't lose. Okay. Thank you also for providing me with a space that I even felt like I could do this, because it is such a fun story to have. Like, I keep wanting to say like memorialized, but that's not the right word. You know, just a time stamp documented. You know, Miss Nostalgia over here. I need, and with my ADHD, I don't remember half the thing. Sometimes I'm editing these videos and I'm like, when did that even happen? If I didn't have that clip, I would not believe that was me. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, you guys. If you see me on a flight to London in a few months, mind your business. Just kidding. But if that is the end of that story, then I got so much out of it that no notes. Thank you again for watching another video. Subscribe if you're new here. Let me know if you want more like this. We can get back to these. Love ya. See you in the next one. And crush, if you see this, you literally can't text me.